Welcome to the Global Motorcycle Network. Today's episode, the Honda CB1100 ride around Lake Minnetonka. This is our 2014 Honda CB1100 Deluxe. It's a beautiful classic motorcycle in the Japanese standard style. Hi, I'm Jim. I'm on the CB1100. Let's go for a ride. It's a perfect evening for a ride around Lake Minnetonka. Let's roam around the lower lake. In total, I have heard that there are more than 125 miles of shoreline included in this large lake. The lake is a system of bays and islands, and it's located 10 miles west of downtown Minneapolis. This is the Bushway Road Causeway, and it divides Wayzata Bay on the right with Grays Bay on the left. The Grays Bay Dam on the left ends the lake and begins Minnehaha Creek, which winds about 25 miles to the Mississippi River. After we go around the curve, there's an archaeological site being excavated on the left-hand or south side of the road. There are trained or qualified people doing an extensive examination and recording historical artifacts from that location. It reminds me that there's a long history of human engagement with the lake. This archway was part of improvements that were associated with a very large hotel built after the Civil War. The luxury hotels of that period were built out of wood, had hundreds of rooms, and entertained mainly Southern guests and their servants coming up for a cooler summer. So I'm sitting here on this old bridge. It goes over a little valley here. That was a railroad cut. There used to be a railroad that served a hotel. That archway that we went through was part of the property boundaries for the hotel. I think it was a Hotel St. Louis, and we're not in St. Louis, but that's what they called it. And it was a big, big place. And like all these other hotels out here, back in the 1880s or early 1890s, they all burned down. So, got to be careful when you play with fire, apparently. I don't know. Wood structures, probably smoking in bed. I don't know. Anyway, this is an old vestige here, and it's a walking or a bike path now that goes underneath. These are heavy, thick maple trees. So, how you'd like to. Most of the roads around the lake are residential, really not the place to play speed racer. My advice, enjoy the view and go with the flow. It's always high tide on Lake Minnetonka. Now we're on the far side of Excelsior. Here is the Narrows Bridge. The Narrows is a channel that connects the upper lake on the left with the lower lake on the right. The upper lake flows into the lower lake, which flows out Minnehaha Creek. It's a beautiful evening for a ride, and here's a quick blast along the shoreline. It's always good to find a new road. This pavement is seamless. Time to head for home. We ride into and through the town of Wayzata and out the east side. Thanks for joining our ride around Lake Minnetonka on the 2014 CB1100 Deluxe. We hope you join us next time, and in the meantime, enjoy the ride.